Okay, try this. Power of 6. So I've implemented this last couple of years and it really works. If you think about where you are in your life, you often think about where you want to be and you very rarely think about where you've been. And you want to be somewhere, but you really don't know how. Most people don't know how to get there. And this is a really powerful technique in order to be able to move forward, be able to track your progress and be able to reflect on how you're getting there and how you're going. Many people write a to-do list, and that will be, mine used to be a to-do list like that. There was a day plan, and then there was a to-do list. And everything on the to-do list, some things took 3 hours, some things took 8 hours, some things took 15 minutes, but it was all on a to-do list. And I'd put it, first of all, I'd put a to-do list, and then it would be in priority, so the most important things. And then you've got the 4 quadrants, important, urgent, non-important, non-urgent, and it would be like that. And then some things would be, and then eventually things get pushed along during the week. Monday to Wednesday to Friday to Sunday, and then before you know it, at the end of the week, your to-do list is even longer, and it's full of non-urgent and non-important things, because all the important and urgent things have been done during the week. You can go a step further than that. Like, just refine that and think, because you can always get to a point where you've got 6 things in a day that will really push you forward in life. And it's all about the 1%. Be 1% better every single day. 6 things. You can break those things down from that big to-do list and think, what are the 6 things that I can do today? Ideally, they take less than 1.5 hours each, so that's 9 hours. And if you think that's going to take you 9 hours, it's wishful thinking, because it's going to take you longer. Because you can focus for a maximum, and we've seen this in scientific studies and publications, we can focus as human beings for a maximum of 4 hours. And within that 4 hours, you need to break that down even further. So it's usually 20 minutes at a time or 25 minutes at a time if you're really well trained, if you're really, really focused on a task. And that depends on many things, how excited you are about it, how passionate you are about it, how kind of intrigued, etc. 25 minutes with a 5-minute break, and then break that down into 8 times, which gives you that 4 hours. So within that 4 hours, you can do something, and then go for a walk for half an hour, 45 minutes, get something in your stomach, something light, something that's not going to put you into a food coma for the rest of the afternoon, and then go again. I've always said that you could do a full working day in 4 hours if you really, really hyper-focus. And what I mean by that is typically people go to work for 8 to 10 hours, and they've got the water cooler problem where people are just kind of catching up on what happened at the weekend, what they're doing at the weekend. You get distracted a lot by emails. Somebody comes to your desk, how do you do this, etc. An open plan office is absolutely the worst place you can go to get things done. So if you're going back again to the 6 steps, the 6 things that you need to do in a day, you break those down. Each one of them takes less than an hour and a half. If it takes more than an hour and a half, cap it at an hour and a half and stop it there. And do the things that take the most energy, do them first, because your best energy will always come in the morning. And some people will say, well, I'm more creative thinking during the night, and it's the same for me. But the things that take your focus, your energy, and maybe make you need to be mentally agile. Maybe, for instance, sales calls. Maybe, for instance, interviewing candidates like it is for me. Do those things first, because when you've done those, there will be steps that you need to take afterwards in order to kind of complete those tasks. Maybe admin tasks, maybe adding data, etc., things like that. But if you break down into 6 things that you need to do, 6 really important things, really urgent things that are going to push you forward in your career, in your life, whether it's business, whether it's work, whether it's finances, fitness. So include something to do with fitness. And if you can work out for an hour to an hour and a half every single day before work, as I've said many times on this channel, that's going to put you in a better headspace so that you're better around your colleagues. You're more focused. There's more clarity in your thinking. You're more disciplined. You're more productive. You're more creative. It's going to put you in a great space. And if you do that first thing in the morning, and you get into the habit of doing it first thing in the morning before anything else happens, you don't let your day get in the way of what is most important, which will always be your health, you are laughing. Because those other 5 things, which is going to make up 25 things per week, 100 things per month, if you look at the work week, think about how that compounds. 25 things a week, 100 things a month, compounded, 1,200 things a month, 1,200 things a year. Think about that, how that compounds and how much further forward you're going to be. So when you're looking at your to-do list, you have no way of thinking, oh, okay, well, I did some of those things, I didn't do some of those things got pushed forward, some of those things never happen because you realize that they weren't urgent, they weren't important, and they never actually happened. Now you have a way of looking back. Those 6 things that I did Monday, Did I do them? Yes, tick or no. Okay, then move on to the next day. Try not to do that. Try to make it happen for an hour and a half every single day, each one of those things. And if you've got your fitness, one and a half hours every morning, then it's 7.5 hours every day. And if you can nail those and hit them one and a half hours for each one of those 5 extra tasks, if you want to get ahead, obviously 6 extra tasks on top of the fitness, so it's 7 in a day, but it's actually 6 like productive things in your career. If you make those happen every day and you watch that compound over the next 2 or 3 months, you'll be in a completely different place in 3 months' time, a completely different place. And you're doing exactly the things that really count. And then you need to have a really, really honest conversation with yourself. What is actually important? What is actually urgent? What is going to get me to the next point? What is going to help me progress? Have a really serious, honest conversation with yourself, and maybe bring somebody into that, maybe a mentor, maybe your boss, maybe your team leader. It's a great conversation to have. What is instrumental to my success in what I'm doing right now? Break that down and do that on a daily basis, and break it into 6 components, 6 things that you need to do today that are really, really important. And if you continue to do those, 30 a week, 120 a month, can't do the maths, but 120 times 12, I want to say 1,440. Let's go for that. Then you'll think about how that compounds, and think about how much further forward you're going to be in just 2-3 months, but how much further forward you're going to be in 3 years. It's absolutely mind-blowing. It's the power of 6. Good luck. And if you've worked on something that's closely related to that, very similar to that, let me know how you're getting on. I'd love to know. If you use a different method, and you've got a day plan and you've got a to-do list in place, how are you finding that? Do you feel disorganized? Do you feel as if, well, I'm doing stuff, but I don't feel fulfilled at the end of the day? And that's the thing. It's like, do you feel as if you are working on what's important? And do you feel at the end of the day fulfilled? Do you feel like you've had purpose? Do you feel that the day has been meaningful, so you can look back, be able to reflect, and be in a positive state of mind, so that when you go to sleep that night, you feel satisfied, you feel fulfilled, and you feel like you've had a good day? Because that's the most important thing. If you're kind of chasing your tail like a headless chicken all the time, chasing your tail like a headless chicken, that's a brilliant phrase. Use that. If you're feeling like that all the time, you'll often struggle with sleep and things like that, because you're working on too much. And you're working on things that are non-urgent, non-important, and they're not going to propel you forward. Work on really what counts and what is going to take you forward to that next stage in your career. Good luck.